Ladies and gentlemen, we are back for August 10th, Monday baseball. There's, I believe, 10 games on the slate. 9, 10, yep. So four less than a normal full slate, which is normal for a Monday, travel day. So let's get this party started. Please, let's try to get 100 likes. We got 82 last video, and I don't even think I asked for likes from what I remember. But it'd be great. Just click like. And I won't ask for anything else. I won't even ask for coffee money. There you go. But I'm just saying, the last time someone sent me coffee money, it was a big weekend. I don't know. Maybe it's just coincidence. I don't know. I'm just saying. Anyway, so it's Monday. So we got the Red Sox and Blue Jays is the first game. Sonny Gray versus the former Cub, Jameson Taillon. So it's a dome. I do like Red Sox here, as we know they've been hot. I know they did lose two in a row to the Athletics. That's just baseball for you. That's baseball in a nutshell. You never know what's going to happen, but that's just how she goes. But Taillon's given up a ton of home runs this year. I'm actually surprised the Jays are just throwing them out there. But yeah, 26 home runs in 80 innings. It's just not good. While Gray's only given up 12 and 100, almost 120 innings. So huge difference, although it was a lot of innings too. It's 40 innings difference. But Taillon was hurt, I think, earlier in the year. So we obviously like Abreu. I think I'm still going to wait on Contreras. He's still kind of cold. But this is a good matchup. Actually, it's his former teammate, too. Well, I don't think Taillon was on the team when Contreras was a Cub, so maybe not. But yeah, I might continue to wait on him. But I think it's okay if you want to take him. It's still a good matchup. But obviously, Abreu is almost a must. Duran's good, too. And of course, I like Raffy. It's funny because Raffy was so hot last week. You know, he had like what 3 or 4 home runs against the Dodgers, and then I don't think he hit any the next week. But that's once again, that's just how baseball goes. It's very streaky. The guys get hot and then they get cold, and just how she goes. But I still like Raffy here as a mid shot, and then Durbin as a long shot is okay. But yeah, so Red Sox look really good here. I am not going to take any Jays. Just not really worth it. They're just not. They actually played competitively against the Phillies. I'll give them that much. But with the Red Sox pitching and Sonny Gray, I'd rather not take any. And the over is plus money at 8.5. So they are projecting a low scoring game. Um, Although I could very well see this game going over. Also, the Red Sox hit a ton of doubles, so feel free to take them for doubles too if you'd like. Like Sogard, Abreu, Yoshida, Durbin, Monasterio. He'll hit some doubles. Duran used to be a triple machine and some doubles here and there, but for whatever reason, he's really struggled this year. He hasn't hit very many, but you certainly could take him if you want to do for a double or a triple. All right, so obviously Braves are my favorite there, and then we'll move on to Atlanta. The Mets, who are actually kind of hot right now, scoring a lot of runs against the Braves, and Elder has struggled a little bit this year. He's uh, apparently gotten better because his 3.69 ERA is respectable, so I'm okay with that. The wind is not a problem there, and 42% chance of rain though, so there is a chance of rain. As usual in Atlanta, seems like there's always a chance of rain there. So Scott versus Elder, let's see, for the Mets, I like Lindor, I like Benji. At least Robert's fine, I think. I think he hit one today as well on Sunday. Semion's been relatively hot as well. And whatever catcher plays for them, Alvarez or Torrens, I think is fine as well. So the Mets, they look pretty good here. I wouldn't be shocked if they disappointed on a travel day, though. Where did they play today? I can't remember who they were playing in their series. Holy cow. I'm tired. Work, work, work. Oh, Pittsburgh. So they go from Pittsburgh to Atlanta. So decent travel. Pretty decent travel. Nothing crazy. But let's see. My favorite will be. I'll just take Lindor. Yeah. we'll take Lindor there. And Braves are, whatever. You can take Olsen, is playing really well. So I like Olsen. I like Harris at home. Harris and Albies hit really well at home. They tend to hit together too. So if one of them hits, maybe take the other. Kind of like Jazz and Bellinger, even though Bellinger just fell off the face of the earth before he got hurt. But they remind me of Jazz and Bellinger at home. So Harris and Albies, I think you can pregame parlay them too. I'm not saying just if one hits, take the other. And then Yaz is okay. So my favorite will be I'm gonna go Albies actually, and then I do like Olsen of course, but I'm gonna go with Albies if I can find him. There he is, 560. But yeah, and then Acuna's pretty hot too. The Braves in general I don't think people understand. Like the Braves are really good, and they don't get talked about enough. Like 71 and 47 plus 120 run differential. So like the Phillies run differential is 0. Like literally, they've scored as many runs as they've allowed this year, while the Braves are plus 120. That says a lot for a team, and the Dodgers are plus 138. Showing why these teams are so good. But yeah, definitely a team. As I said at the beginning of the year, World Series contender. They could very well be there, especially with the Dodgers' struggles. I know it's still like they can definitely recover by the time they get down to that time of the year, the Dodgers specifically. But for their odds to win the World Series, hell no, I would not take that at this moment. Well, actually, all year their odds have been low. All right, Baltimore and the Twins at a park that I do not like. Let's see, wind is blowing in a little bit. Rogers versus Kramer. Oh, it's the former Oriole against his former team, obviously. So he was a good target. I do like Alonso. O'Neill is relatively, there. I wouldn't call him hot, but he hit again today too. Alonso had two, and then O'Neill had one as well. Kowser finally hit as well, and we know what happened to him earlier there. He got super hot out of nowhere. So maybe try him if you want. And Holiday finally hit one on Saturday, so that was good to see. But for now, we'll just stick with PD. And then for the Twins, against Rogers. Rogers has pitched a lot better lately, so I don't really like targeting him that much. Let's see. Yeah, he had 2 home runs, 4 home runs, two. He's only allowed 2 home runs in his last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 starts. So he has been really solid, as you can see. And it's just a bad hitter's park, too. So I'm kind of not vibing Twins here. If I had to take someone, I'm going to go, not Clemens, Jeffers. But I'm going to stay off them personally. It's between Jeffers and Lewis. That's who I've been debating in my head. But I'll stick with my catcher, Jeffers, if I picked one. All right, Painter versus Dobbins. Philly goes to St. Louis. Another kind of crappy hitter's park, or well, not a hitter's park. Wind is blowing out though, 9 miles per hour, and it's 98 degrees, so really good weather. They are favoring the under 9.5, but that still is a high over under. So Schwarber obviously came to life on Sunday. So he's like any other baseball player, he can get really streaky. So of course you can take him, and then I like Harper as well. That's pretty much it for that. I guess Schwarber, Harper, and Turner really are the only ones on this team hitting home runs right now. Definitely don't take Luis here because Philadelphia is a good hitter's park, and he hit one there the other day, but St. Louis not so much. So take Luis for like a double, maybe a triple. I don't know if he hits triples, but definitely you can take him for bases, something like that. Take him for 2 or 3 total bases, 4 if you're feeling juicy. So my favorite for them is going to be, I'm going to go with Turner since he's been hot. And then for St. Louis against Painter. Painter has really struggled this year, as we all know. So I like Burleson a lot. I'm good with Walker. Walker's okay here too. He finally hit his first home run since the home run derby. So he'd be my last choice out of the guys I like for them. but I do like Burleson. Weatherholt's been pretty cold, but this is a good matchup for him. And then if you want to go like Herrera, that's fine too. But overall, like St. Louis against Painter, you can give it a whirl. Do you trust them? That's the real question. But Burleson's my favorite. With Turner, and then like Church at 870 is a good long shot. Like look at Luis, he's plus 1300. Don't get baited in odds like that. Trust me. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. I know someone's gonna do it now, but you know it's all good. It's your money. Do whatever you want with it. All right, Rangers and Angels. Gore versus Detmers in LA. Well, Anaheim. Let's see. So Detmers is either really good or not so good. I do like Langford here. Seager can hit lefties, so if he plays, he's fine. Nimmo can also hit lefties, and I do like Berger here as well. I think last time Texas played them, did they play in LA? I like Berger, and he hit one here. But yeah, so I'm gonna stick with my guy. Langford is my favorite, easily there. But Seager's a good look as well. And yeah, see, they got Berger at plus 300. Wow. Oh no, where's Langford? No, did he get hurt again? I'm Googling him right now. I don't know. He played today, 1 for 2. So he had 2 at bats. He did get hit by a pitch in the first inning. So I wonder if like he did get hurt. But he played the full game. He had 4 at bats. So I don't know. All right, so if Langford does not play, I'll just take Berger as my favorite since he's hit a home run here before, from what I remember. So yeah, Berger. And then for the Angels against Gore, you can go Nito, you can go Trout, Grissom, Guzman. He's a reasonable target, you know. The Angels kind of suck at home though, for whatever reason this year. I don't know why. Whenever I pick them at home, they don't do anything. So I don't know. um I'll go. I'm actually gonna. I don't like picking Trout, but you know what? Screw it. We're gonna go Trout. See if he can catch fire toward the end of the year here. But obviously, you know I like prioritizing leadoff hitters, so Nito for sure is a good pick here. And then Grissom, you know, for his odds, let's see what they are in this one. Guzman's 800 and Grissom is 870. So I like those odds for those guys. It's you know it's worth taking for someone that bats up like in the 4 hole, 3 hole, whatever, somewhere around there. All right. We'll finally go back to Sacramento. Here we go. Now we're talking. Here we go. So the Rays go to Sacramento. Peralta versus Lopez. 2 pitchers that haven't really had very good years. So this is easily a take whoever you want type game. Just keep in mind Lopez is a lefty. So I would prefer, obviously Caminero. What are his odds? I'm surprised they're 220. That feels high. So obviously Caminero, Diaz, Velati, DeLuca. I don't know if Hicks is going to play. I don't even know if he's had a home run off a lefty this year. He has 1 while he has 14 off righties. But I don't know if Hicks is even going to play in this game. And then if Carson Williams plays, he could be a sneaky long shot. Just like anyone's really in play here, aside from maybe Chandler Simpson. But yeah, if you really, well, no, it's lefty. Then I wouldn't do it. Maybe against a bullpen, if he's like super juiced odds against a righty, then live bet him for fun. But lefty, if he can't hit one off a righty, then I wouldn't do him lefty. But yeah, so obviously Junior is going to be insanely chalky, and please take him for 2 as well. If you get better odds on a different book, take him. It's plus 1700s, blah, but it's worth taking. It's like when they went to Colorado and he had 2 home runs in the first game of the series. Take him for 2. Take any of them for 2, really. You can take Diaz, Velade. You'll get better odds on these guys. But don't forget about that because you want the pregame odds, other live betting. And then For Sacramento, I definitely like Soderstrom is hot right now. I prefer Jacob Wilson when he's at home for obvious reasons because it's a good hitter's park. So I like Jacob Wilson here at plus 1100. And then Soderstrom and Butler's had a horrible year, but once again at home, he might lead off in this game too, being lefty righty. So especially if he leads off, take him. And then yeah, so Wilson is a long shot. And Soderstrom is my favorite A easily. And then aside from Cam, I'm gonna go with Balade. But yeah, Tampa looks really good here. So feel free to go kind of crazy on them. And they should oh no, now with Peralta. Later when they have better pitchers going, they should win these games pretty easily. So I would maybe all line their spreads, but now with Peralta pitching, he's not very good. Yeah, that game looks really good on paper. All right. Milwaukee and San Diego, Henderson versus Mize. Mize had a rough start his first game with the Padres, but he has a good pitcher. So he should rebound. He got 8 earned runs. Yikes. That was at Arizona. Okay. Well, this is in San Diego, so not as good as a hitter's park. And we know the Brewers offense can sputter, especially for home runs. So I don't really like the Brewers here per se. If you obviously had to pick someone, it would be Bars. That'd be my first thought, given the lefty righty. But I don't like picking the Brewers in the first place, so I'm gonna happily avoid them. And you can see okay, Churio is scorching hot right now. So if you absolutely wanted to take the hot bat, but once again, remember it's a new week and they're traveling, so things will change. But if you want to test them again, feel free. I just don't trust them. As far as the Padres go, they're pretty hot. And Merrill's hot. Sheets finally hit a home run on Sunday. I'm not saying take him here, but it's good to see him finally hit one. But I do like Merrill. Of course, I like Machado. Tatis hit another one as well on Sunday. It's up to 10. He's in double digits. Good for him. So certainly take any of those guys if you would like. And I'm going to stick with Merrill as my favorite, but no Brewers for me, and we'll move on. The weather at that park's always pretty good. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, then the D-backs and Rockies, Hughes versus Soroka. Why haven't I seen this name in a while? Oh, he had a strained left glute. His booty was hurting. Okay. Hughes versus Soroka. So if you want to try the old Jacob McCarthy, he used to be on the Diamondbacks. What I would do with him is you can consider him for a home run. Sure, that's fine. He had 2 on Saturday, which is really random. If you really want to take him for a home run, you can. But once again, take him for hits, maybe 2 hits, maybe 3 hits. Take him for a double. Take him for a triple. This is a great park for triples. So consider triple, doubles plus 370, and triple is plus. See, look at this. Carroll is 1100 and McCarthy is 1300. So that gives you an idea, of what they even think how likely it is that one of these guys, because usually triples are, plus 5,000. So, or total bases. So his 5 total bases is plus 1,000. His 4 is plus 550. So that gives you some ideas for some other picks you can do. May I help you, Oreo? Sweet. Aside from a home run, because McCarthy really isn't a home run hitter, but he's probably at a career high this year. I don't know what he's at yet, but 13, yeah, that's got to be a career high for him. Yeah, easily. It was 8 before that. Granted, he before that never played 100 games aside from 2024 when he had 8 home runs. Also, but yeah, he's destroyed. And keep in mind, he does play in Colorado, which is one of the best hitters park. So that'll skew his numbers a little bit. But you got to give him credit. He's really figured out his swing for the deep ball. But yeah, home run, double, triple, one of those total bases. Take McCarthy for it. Other than that, obviously Goodman and Moniak would be the only two I'd consider on this team because they just kind of stink. Castro, if you want to try, you can, but I think he's cooled off a little bit. I want to say he was on the D-backs for like a tiny bit. Minnesota, oh no, he wasn't. I know he's in the Cubs for a little bit, but yeah. Okay. So yeah, Moniak and Goodman are going to be the obvious favorites for me there, but we'll take Goodman if you really want to go chalky, obviously. And then for the D-backs, Carroll is definitely due. I do like him here. Marte, I don't know when you're going to see Marte's odds this high again. Plus 460, and he hit on Sunday against Robleski. I mean, that'll give him a little confidence boost, so I don't mind it. So I'm going to stick with Carroll, though, here, even though he's had kind of a rough year. Keep an eye, but keep, Arenado lately has been pretty surprising. So for kind of a long shot, I don't mind it. And then, of course, there's always like Perdomo sitting there. But Hughes, from what I remember, has not really given up many home runs. Yeah, he's only given up one in almost 30 innings. But we do know the Rockies bullpen is trash, so always a target. All right. Houston goes to San Francisco. This is probably going to be an avoid. I don't really care who's pitching here. Wisniewski and Tidwell. Wow. Yeah, I don't really see much of a reason to pick from here. I guess if you wanted to take someone, I prefer Pena at home. So that's all I'll say about him. Alvarez has cooled off quite a bit. Obviously, you can take Alvarez whenever you want. But if I had to pick someone here, it'd either be Walker or Altuve. That's what I'm going to go with. Probably Altuve. I'll say Altuve is my favorite Astro. And his odds are going to be crazy. Plus 830. And then for the Giants, Devers, Adames. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So Devers would be my favorite Giant. Oh, thought I saw Oriole. And then the final game is in LA. Is it in LA? Yes. The Royals and the Dodgers. So Cameron versus Skee Ball. Scooby Doo. Let's see. So if you want to take anyone against Screwball, probably not the best idea, but I would go Witt or Perez if you really want someone. Witt. It is a very good hitter's park. I've always said I like taking from Dodger Stadium. You never know. So Witt is an option. He's also an option for a double, total bases. He hasn't really had the MVP year we were hoping he'd have, but he's still a good player. And Perez is 450. As far as the Dodgers go against Cameron, the Dodgers are cold as heck right now, but Pages, maybe Edman is a long shot, Mookie. Tucker is like the hottest hitter on the team right now for whatever reason. He's been hitting triples, he's been hitting home runs here and there. So he's a candidate for total bases as well, home runs, one home run. But yeah, I'll go Pages is my favorite Dodger, and then I also like Teo as well. I would go with either one of those two. Pages is 300 and Teo is 400 and Tucker's 420. Tucker can hit lefty lefty. It's just he's had such a weird year, but for whatever reason right now he's kind of heating up. So he's only got 11 home runs. Let me see who's got off lefties this year. Yeah, he's only got 2 home runs off lefties this year. Not surprising at all. He's had a tough year. Damn, that was 24 minutes. Wow. Okay, cool. So obviously football's coming up in about a little over a month. NHL is the end of September. I'm actually more excited about NHL than any other sport right now because baseball has just been so disappointing this year. But I'm actually really excited for NHL. I don't know anything about college football, so I apologize for that. The soccer season will be starting up here, I think the end of August. So I might do some picks there too. And let's see, what's the next golf tournament? I don't know. All tournaments. Yeah, I don't. One of them just ended today. Brennan one. I don't even know who that is. August 6th through 9th, yeah. 6 9. FedEx St. Jude, Justin Rose. Okay, so we'll have to see who's. They probably don't know who's playing in it yet, which is why I don't have it listed yet. But anyway, what games do I like the most? I like the Red Sox. I actually think the Mets are sneaky here. It's just they're traveling, so it's kind of hard to say for sure. I do like. I like the Orioles a little bit. They're mid, a little mid. I think the Cardinals have a good opportunity here, even though they kind of stink right now. Although they did get back to 500. Uh, Angels look once again okay. Cat running around me. Go outside. Oh, yeah. And then of course I like the Rays a lot. The Rays are easily one of the favorites here. And then the Dodgers look pretty good here too, even though they're kind of cold. But yeah, so probably going to be a pretty mid slate, like maybe 25 home runs if we're lucky. Three, if it's 30, then we're averaging three a game. But remember last week, I think was it last Monday when there were like 8 games? One of the games had like 10 home runs or something. So it's like, it can really skew the numbers. So you never know. Cool. Well, we are done here. So I hope everyone has a good day and a good night. And we'll talk on Monday. Peace.